Well, it is time for Vitruvian book review number 6 on the 2021 reading list. And this was this was amazing. I just finished Endurance, Shackleton's incredible voyage. And so I was on a mission trip to China in 2004. And for 3 days, we were in the mountains, the most remote of areas, having to drink water from streams. I was completely dehydrated. I did not think I was going to make it back. And I remember just the elation and the almost like awe and wonder to be alive that I felt at the end of that trip. 3 days. That's it. It was 3 days, and it was a life changing event, the likes of which I will never forget. This story is about 20 months, well over a year, being completely stranded, at times out in the middle of the ocean, floating on ice, um, the misery of just freezing, wet, cold, bitterness, hunger constantly. At times having to live off penguins, eating more seal blubber than I would ever hope to have to in a lifetime. Um, you know, if I'm having a hard time putting into words the wonder of this book. So, first of all, let me just kind of calm down here and forgive me. Uh, but that's why I wanted to do this recording like right now as I just completed the book because it had such a profound impact on me. It was recommended to me by a number of people that I have a lot of respect for, and even those people that had not read it. A lot of them, I told them that was coming up in the Vitruvian reading list, and they're like, "Yeah, I need to read that. It has been recommended to me so many times. Now I know why. Read this book. If you enjoyed Castaway, the movie with Tom Hanks, to read this story and the details of it, you understand what the human spirit is capable of. With Ernest Shackleton, if you just stop and really meditate on what it took for him to be a decisive, poised, commanding leader through this, and to have these men, I believe there were 27 of them in total, that adhered to his leadership throughout the entire time. I think that it shows their character. There's one that I won't give it away. There's one that's a little bit troublesome, but for the most part, the entire crew followed Shackleton. They were good followers, which I think speaks enormously to their character. And Shackleton is just one of the most remarkable leaders that I've ever had the opportunity to read about. Some of the things that happen in the book that I don't want to tell you the details of because if you choose to read this, I want you to feel it. I can tell you that there's just some really not gruesome, that's the wrong word, just some gut wrenching moments and decisions that had to be made. And the book really, I don't know, does a great job of illustrating just how amazing the human is and can be if tested and pushed to the brink. If you ever wanted to read a book too that just kind of set your mind right, like since I've read this book and as I was going through it, just in my day to day life, I can tell you that when things came up that I might be frustrated about, or like just talking to my wife this morning, we own a small business in the town in which I live, and she's going through kind of a scary time with the business, a new hire that she's making. We're talking about how challenging that can be. And I'm telling you, I felt for the first time a little bit of what I felt when I came off that mountain from China, which was that no matter what this first world life throws me, it will never compare to that. When you read this book, if you're not going to go on some trip that might find you stranded on the side of a mountain in China, read this book and it will give you a reference point to go, well, at least I'm not going to have to go through that. At least I'm not going through that. At least I'm not feeling that. I am just, I'm dumbfounded. I see now why this book was so highly recommended to me. And, you know, I'm not going to go into a lot of details. I mean, this is a book review, right? And I should probably give you a little bit more details about it. Um, but I'm not, because I don't want you to miss one thing for yourself. I would love for you, if anyone that sees this, that you decide to read Endurance, Shackleton's amazing voyage. I want you to just savor every last morsel of wonder that this book is. I mean, at the end, you know, not a spoiler. I mean, you just do a quick Google search. Anybody that knows the story, they survived. Uh, but in that moment where they have finally reached the point where they realize that survival is within their grasp, you feel it. You really feel it, and just a great story. So, and it's true. That's the amazing thing. It's all true. And here's the cool thing. I will tell you this, as far as the detail of it, as I finish this just rambling that is more of a reaction to the story. I hope this is kind of raw and kind of helps you. Maybe you go, God, that idiot just babbled on incoherently. I might should check this book out. Um, most of these men on the crew kept diaries, and so it was so cool to get inside a little, just a little bit, get inside their heads as they're going through this horrible, horrible exhibition of Mother Nature just beating the living hell out of them. And one of the things I thought was interesting that Shackleton makes note of, I think it was Shackleton in his one of his diaries, is like, you know, man versus nature, and especially as it related here, man versus the ocean. There is no victory. There's only survival. And imagine going into every single battle, every day after day after day, knowing there is no victory. You're not going to win. The ocean wins. All you can do is hope to survive. All you can hope to do is live another day. And for more than a year and a half, that mindset every day, just got to survive. It was awesome. So, book number 6 on the Vitruvian reading list of 2021. Phenomenal. And I got to tell you, before I sign off here, you know, I am discovering through this process and just a little bit of history. I've always wanted to be a voracious reader. I have not been a voracious reader. It was with me giving myself this challenge, starting the whole Vitruvian project, and creating this goal for myself of reading 52 books in a year at a minimum, and then doing these reviews so that I would have a kind of an accountability to myself and to share with others what I was reading to help process it better and to keep me accountable, whatever. I'm just realizing what an incredible gift that a book is. So I hope if you stumbled across this little review that you know, it'll make you just go grab a book. Um, it's really a nice escape from that world out there that right now can be really kind of screwed up. But here's the cool thing: what's in these books can help you learn how to deal with that much better, and realize that no matter how bad it gets, somewhere someone has probably overcome worse, which means that you can as well. A little philosophical there, but anyway, please check it out. Also, consider subscribing to the Vitruvian Letter. I would be most grateful. You can do that at thevitruvianproject.com or jasonrightnow.com. It's where I am documenting the things that I'm doing, like creating a 52-week reading list and other things nutritionally, physically, emotionally, things that I'm trying to do to improve always in all ways. And I'd be grateful if you would subscribe to the Vitruvian Letter. And then also, please reach out to me through the comment section here, through jasonrightnow.com, through the Vitruvian project.com. Reach out, tell me things that you're doing, hacks, tricks that have just made a really profound impact on your life. I would really like to know about those so that maybe I'll experiment with it myself, and or maybe it's just something that I can share with the Vitruvian Project group, which I have a Vitruvian Project group on Facebook. I would love for you to please join in on that. This is a I'm just trying to create a community of folks who just want to be the absolute best, most perfectly proportioned version of themselves. Day after Super Bowl Sunday, I just watched a video with Tom Brady saying that, you will never reach perfection, but the fun is the pursuit of it. And that is exactly what the Vitruvian Project is all about. I will never reach perfect proportion spiritually, emotionally, physically, you name it. Perfection does not exist this side of heaven. I know that. But man, the pursuit of it is a hell of a lot of fun. So I hope you'll join me in that pursuit, and let's create a cool community of people that are just out there trying to crush it and do cool things, and share with each other what can make each of us a little better. So with that, check it out. Pick up Endurance. It's awesome. You'll be glad you did. Thanks.